When did extreme house rules go horribly wrong? My mother was totally convinced that sugar would kill our whole family. After I got diagnosed with diabetes last spring, she basically turned our house into a food jail. At school, I opened my lunch container to find raw broccoli and plain grilled chicken, while everyone else was sharing snacks and eating normal food. At my track meet, my teammates heard her telling my coach that sugar was basically poison, and that's how people got diabetes in the first place, so nobody in our family was allowed to have any anymore. My teammates started calling her the sugar police, and I could hear them making jokes about how my mom probably checked my pee for candy traces or something. When I tried to show her the pamphlet from my doctor that said I needed glucose tablets for emergencies, she ripped it in half. These pharmaceutical companies make money off of keeping you sick. I'm going to prove you can cure this naturally. She even put locks on all the kitchen cabinets and wore the key around her neck all the time, even in the shower, because she said we were all addicted to food and couldn't be trusted. While we were having a study session at the library, my boyfriend Peter saw my hands shaking and immediately pulled a juice box from his backpack. His little brother had diabetes too, so he knew the signs. When did you last check your blood sugar? I just started crying because I hadn't been able to take care of my diabetes properly in weeks. His face went from concern to angry when I explained how she had thrown my emergency supplies in the garbage while yelling about how the doctors wanted to keep me sick. That's literally going to kill you, he said. He pulled out his phone to show me articles about diabetic comas, but I already knew because I had been feeling dizzy and sick for days. The next afternoon, Peter handed me a plastic bag under the library table and whispered, "There's 3 months of supplies in there. Hide it all somewhere your mom won't look." Inside the bag were glucose tablets, juice boxes, candy bars, and even a spare sugar testing kit. I shoved everything into this old hollowed out book I had made for hiding my phone back in middle school. On Thursday afternoon, I walked into my room to find my mother dumping candy all over my bed while holding my hollowed out book like she had caught me with substances. "Are you trying to kill your little brother with this garbage?" she screamed while crushing a Snickers bar in her fist so hard that caramel leaked through her fingers. I grabbed for my glucose tablets, but she swept them into the trash bag she had brought upstairs and yelled, "First you get sick and now you want to drag everyone down with you because you are too weak to quit your sugar addiction." She had just grabbed the last bottle of glucose tablets and tossed them into the trash bag, when suddenly her whole body went rigid and her eyes rolled back in her head. She hit the floor so hard the entire house shook. The tablets scattered everywhere like hills at a crime scene while she started shaking like she was having a seizure. I dropped to my knees next to her and shook her. "Mom, wake up, please wake up." She was barely conscious and her breathing was getting really shallow. I grabbed a crushed candy bar from the floor and tried to get chocolate in her mouth, but her teeth were clenched so tight I couldn't get them open. Her eyes fluttered and she weakly tried pushing my hands away while mumbling something that sounded like "no, no, no," but she was too far gone to actually stop me. I crushed up some glucose tablets in my water bottle and poured it into her mouth drop by drop while dialing 911 with my other hand. When she started coming around with chocolate still smeared on her face, she whispered, "You're poisoning me." "No, Mom, I'm saving your life." The paramedic said she would have gone into a coma and died if I hadn't given her that sugar when I did. At the hospital, the doctor told my mother she had type 2 diabetes and had probably been sick for months. My mother stared at her hands while the doctor explained that we both needed sugar management, not sugar elimination, and that glucose tablets were literally medicine, not candy. She didn't apologize, but that weekend I woke up to find all the locks in the kitchen were gone.